Good morning. Sorry, I messed up my microphone.
Sorry.
All right. So, good morning. My name is Brian Voltaggio. I have a couple of restaurants in Frederick and DC, Maryland, Virginia. Certainly grew up down here. Maryland guy, but certainly spent a lot of time in Ocean City. Might have been a senior week or two, maybe 3. You might still be looking for me, I'm not sure. Hopefully not. But you know, I love Eastern Shore. I bring my family down here. We love Ocean City. We love Maryland. So I certainly spend a lot of time here. So I just recently came out with a book called Home. Exactly what it is. It's me when I'm occasionally cooking at home. It's my wife wanted to call it because I'm never there. I'm normally in the restaurants cooking for everybody else. So it's surrounded around occasions. You know, times where I actually can cook breakfast. On Sundays, especially Sunday suppers, is typically a day off. I did not cook breakfast this morning because I drove down here this morning, so like I got up really early. Yeah, so there's a lot of great recipes in here. It's very approachable. You know, our first book that my brother and I did together called Bold Ink, that's our professional book. You know, it's the one that typically ends up on people's coffee tables and not actually in the kitchen because it has beautiful photos, but it has like 45 ingredient dishes and like 16 techniques for something, and it's a little overwhelming. And so since we're from Maryland, and since we're going into the season here now, and I know a lot of you, you know, probably are involved in breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know, I thought a good brunch item that we do at home, and because I believe in utilizing the Maryland crab as much as possible now, and this is, but I want to share this recipe because it just proves that we can take the most delicious resource that we have around here and have it any time of the day. And so growing up around the Eastern Shore and spending time down here, I like beer, crab, and butter, and I'm going to put it all together for breakfast, right? Because there's no reason why you can't have all 3 of those things together. So this is a yeasted waffle. The cool thing about this is that I was able to make my batter and just let it sit out. So here is my finished batter, but I'm going to show you what goes into it, of course. And the reason why I like this is because I like the fermentation process happening overnight. So do it on Saturday night, and that way you just come out in the morning and the next day it's done. What happens in the fermentation process? Oh, I'm supposed to do it like this. There are secret ingredients. No, so then I just take the big lump crab, right, and just drop that into the waffle batter. But you know, we're looking for big pieces of lump. Don't be cheap. You know, if you're going to do crab waffles, you're baller anyway, right? So you put the whole pound in there. All right, over on the stove though, while I'm picking crab, because I'm really slow at it, it's a vinegar reduction. It's Béarnaise. Everybody remembers their mother sauces. Some beer. I'm going to crank this up. Some shallot. Tarragon. Those are 2 classic ingredients for Béarnaise. We're going to start this reduction right now, and then we're going to be finishing it with some eggs, butter, lemon, and then an ingredient that I always get in trouble for, our bay. So these are ingredients, and in the book right here it has it, we called it our bay. So this is reminiscence of a really, really famous ingredient that we all use around here, right? Called Old Bay. So if you ever run out of it, this will be a somewhat equivalent sort of recipe for that, or at least our interpretation of that famous ingredient. So fairly simple, some paprika, some yellow mustard, Espelette pepper, which is Spanish pepper from the Basque region. Spain, France, they fight over that one all the time, right? Green peppercorn. No, that's red pepper. That's red pepper flake. And green peppercorn. You can't look at the color. Black pepper, coriander seed, some garlic powder, some sugar, celery seeds, bay leaves, and some shiitake mushrooms. We like to add a little bit of umami, like, you know, flavor to that. You know, shiitake mushrooms, you know, add that element of savoriness to the mix. Puree it until it's powdered. So this is our bag. Spatula and just lightly fold because you don't want to disturb the fluffiness of the batter. This is something where you're making the batter, you use all of it. You don't have any of that left over. So over here I have a reduction. It's getting close. Something like the aroma of beer at like 6 in the morning when you're making this sauce, right? So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be making a quick sabayon. At this point too, I like to leave everything that's in here. I mean, you sort of tarragon the whole thing, you know, into it, just puree it smooth. If you're in the front row, it's gonna be like Gallagher here in a minute. It's gonna spray all over you. See, I'm dumping it all over the table too. So it's essentially cooking the eggs in there for us, which, you know, it's easy to make the sauce. Once it starts to thicken a little bit, we're going to slowly start to add the butter into the sauce. We're making a butter sauce here. So the greatest part of this is making waffles with crab. So one would ask, like, why would you do that? Well, drinking beer while you're eating crabs, spearnaise, butter, vinegar, like all the things, arbe, like all the things you'd be having with crab. It's just a really delicious breakfast. So, I think my waffle's just about done. Blue crab waffles with poached eggs, spearnaise, and arbe.